Before we get started, if you'd like to support me and LT, we do have a Patreon at patreon.com/OSRS Trihards. We also have a way to support us via a one-time donation called Buy Me a Coffee. Visit buymeacoffee.com/Trihards. It's a fast, easy way to throw us a couple bucks if you like what you're hearing. Links are in the description of each episode. Thanks! Thank you so much to our Patreon supporters, JayySlay, Sallamander, VsTheHighway, Mount Dewsgood, Budlight, Mike, OG Scuba, Tom, Blazer, Shayne, Seers, Tessa, Khoya, and Denarune. Thank you so much.
And a massive shout out to our TRIHARD Patreons, Awaik, Graham, Benjamin, Huge Baby, Corrid, Mythycle, and Crazyfast. A special thank you to Napn, CursedNibz, and Red Riot, our VIP Patreons. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Hello, I'm Arthur, aka LT Potato.
I'm Rob, aka Dream to Die.
We're the TRIHARDs.
And welcome to episode 46 of your favorite old school podcast. Welcome, guys. Episode 46. LT, what's up?
You know, living the dream. No complaints from my end.
Is that a spoiler?
No.
Living the dream?
Ooh. Living. Okay, Rob didn't die. Well, yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I still didn't die, which is even crazier this week, but I'll tell you why.
Yeah, it's even more impressive. Like, screw doing Dragon Slayer 2. Like, you can teleport out at any moment.
Well, and there's a close call there, which I'll talk about, but
there was, but that was fun to watch.
So
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Good.
Busy. Staying busy.
Very busy. Very, very busy in real life. To our Patreons, we don't have a Patreon episode this month, and I apologize, but we were going to record yesterday. Just way too much going on for me, unfortunately, and I don't want to get into specifics, but yeah, it's a lot. So. Sorry, guys. Next month, though, definitely.
Yeah. Well, hey, all we can do is do our best. I mean, isn't that kind of what it comes down to?
Yep. So,
yeah, a lot to talk about in game, in the community, some fun, interesting stuff, and yeah, let's kind of jump into it.
Cool. Let's jump into the weekly update here, the one that's happened last Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Everybody's heard of it. Combat achievements.
I can tell you who hasn't heard of it, but we can get into that later.
kind of the big thing right now. Yeah. How many have you done so far?
I would have done a little over 100. I started Wednesday morning at like 93, which I'm kind of. It's for a variety of reasons. I had 93 or 95, if I forget, out of the 400 done already. I don't know if the 400, like the clean number, was intentional. Maybe it just kind of worked out that way. What is intentional for sure is the fact that there are 69 Grandmaster tasks, because there are also 69 waves in the Inferno. So there's definitely a Jagex fetish with the number 69. And right now I'm sitting at 211. So when I say I've been busy, I've been having too much fun, I think, to the point where I was making a drink just now, brandy and sweet tea, by the way. I was making a drink, and I was kind of thinking to myself, like, I think I need a break from RuneScape. I don't know if I feel a burnout coming on, but, like, it's just been, just school, just, like, classes heavy on the RuneScape.
Yeah.
And my classes are all online, so there's really no extracurricular activities. But anyways, we'll figure that out.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah, I started at 25, I think, and I'm at like 370.
370 to 400. So you should be claiming the prize for the first person to beat.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I claimed all of them, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Because
no, I'm at 41 at the moment. So I've just done a couple. I did some with LT. We did some Winter Todd and some other stuff. But yeah, let's talk about the combat achievements just a little bit.
So I think this is the first update in a long time where Rob and I. It's not that we're not on the same page. I think, don't want to speak for Rob. Like, Rob has maybe an interest to do it. It's just like we're clearly you're not like saying, hey, I'm just going to log out of my hardcore, go onto my main account and knock him out. Like
I haven't done a single one on the
your goals are still to rock the hardcore because your hardcore is just spot on amazing right now. Yeah, and this is I'm really happy, and I kind of calmed myself down the night before release because I don't know why, but I was preparing myself for kind of like every other update just to hit it hard and like complete whatever new content comes out on day 1, week 1, month 1 of release. But I'm like, no, there's no way. This is a major thing to come into the game, and it's going to take people many, many months, years to actually get through these things. So I'm glad, super happy with the fact that there are 400 tasks.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, my idea right now is just to do them very passively, not go for them, but I'm going to kill some Sarachnids, get the 50kc one, whatever. I'm going to go kill, I got a Hill Giant key, I don't know. Just go do them passively, and I'll eventually get, because like you started off at like, what, 95 you said?
Yep.
That's with not doing anything, right? That was just because you have 50 Kree KC or something. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot. So, and I guess we can just start getting into the meat and potatoes here. Oh, I lost.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have it here. Okay. There are 6 categories of tasks. So 6 kinds of tasks you'll see in this cluster of 400.
Right.
And like every boss you can think of in the game, to include Wintertodt and Temporo skilling bosses and Zalcano skilling bosses, I think they did a really good job of incorporating these 6 types of tasks within each boss as best as they can, right? They got creative. Kind of like how Rob and I would try to get creative when making bingo boards. If you guys remember, for the TRIHARD tier for our second bingo, it was kill Vorkath with a dragon scimitar wearing full angler. That kind of stuff. So, but anyways, the 6 kinds of tasks you'll see are kill count. Very simple. KC is probably my least favorite.
Yeah.
The only thing I like about kill count is it's a very stupid, like borderline elitist, selfish thing. But I hate seeing like high level players, and when I open up their high scores and it's blank. It's just a blank freaking slate. Yeah. Blank piece of paper. It's like 120 combat. They haven't touched a single damn thing. So it's kind of like, maybe some people will be forced to get 50 KC, blah, blah, blah. Sarachnids, Deranged Archaeologist, just to get a taste of what that's like.
Right.
KC, pretty boring, but that's a thing. Number 2, mechanical. So that kind of involves defeating a boss in a way that hints at like how it should be done. So pretty straightforward. Perfection, doing something like perfectly, obviously no dying, not getting hit by certain things. Restriction. So, for example, kill Vorkath with your bare fists. You're restricted from certain things, or certain restricted from praying certain things. Number 5, speed. Another one that I kind of can't stand because speed is all RNG / theory. Right. The theory crafting part is fun on speed tasks, but the RNG is what really drives me up a wall.
Right.
And then finally, stamina. For example, have a 10 kill KBD trip, 50 kill Kraken trip, 10 kill Vorkath trip.
Right.
And that kind of sums up like what you should expect to see for a lot of these bosses. What's kind of your favorite thing to do? Like if you had let's say you were an endgame hardcore or whatever, any account.
No, dude, I kind of like the challenge ones where it's like kill it a certain way or do something different with it. I kind of like those because it's just I've never done it before, so it's something new.
Like gearing up with different stuff.
Right, like on the hardcore, I killed the Vorkath crab. We'll call it a crab.
Yeah, oh my god.
The Vorkath.
Everything's a crab, by the way. If you've done
everything in this game is a crab.
In Theater of Blood, like I guess we started calling all the spiders crabs. There's a few different rooms where these crabs show up, so it even came across to the fact that the Vorkath undead zombie or zombified spawn, whatever it's called.
I was calling it a crab and somebody got mad at me. I was like, what?
So the Vorkath crab, yeah, we know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I killed the Vorkath crab without using magic, basically, without using Crumble Undead.
Which is unreal because last Saturday night, cheers again, Rob finished GS2, and then obviously like finishing Dragon Slayer 2 is amazing on a hardcore, but then you have a very big challenge lying right ahead of you. You shouldn't really stall. You should pretty much prepare to do the 50 KC.
Right. So, yeah, I grinded out full elite, void, range. And I just did the 50 KC Vorkath. I got the head on, 43?
Yeah, I think you had like 7 more kills left. So 43 KC Assembler.
Yeah, and so I just decided to take it to 50 for the high scores.
Did you get 50 or 51 for some extra rank?
50, but I'm going to go back and get maybe 60 or something.
How wild is it when it comes to hardcore high scores? And like there are people, people play in all different shapes and sizes. There are people who play strictly for high scores. I think if you were a high score junkie, the best thing for you to do right now is to make a Ultimate Iron Man, and like you could pretty much get rank 1 in something if you just devote a couple months to it. Yeah. But when it comes to hardcores and Vorkath, those things don't really mesh. So getting any more than 50 KC just guarantees you like thousands of high score spots.
Right, and 50 KC is the guaranteed head drop. So, for example, I think my rank's like 750 at Vorkath right now.
Right.
On the hardcore. If I get 51 KC, it goes to like 250.
Wow.
So, like, that's just like the kind of the difference of like hardcores just do. It's very risky there. Like, you can die. You know what I mean? If you disconnect, you're dead. Easy.
There's a one-shot mechanic, and then there's a mechanic where it's just if your character physically stops moving, that's it. It's also dead. So
yeah. Or if you misclick the crab and don't teleport out in the amount of time, which I did a billion times, but I teleported out. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna do like 60 maybe, and like secure top 200,
top 100 maybe. Yeah, that was. I liked climbing, as dry and painful as it was to go dry at Callisto, 1700 KC for the Tyrannical Ring. I'm like rank 30 for Ironman.
Yeah.
So it feels good knowing that like you're ranked really high, and there will be Ironmen in years to come who will also go dry like I did, and they'll climb and they'll see my name on the high score. It's not that it matters, but it's an interesting little tidbit.
Yeah. You're
all right. Anyways,
memorialized, you know, it's like a statue of you.
Okay, so
on the high score list.
Yeah, it's a statue. Just pretend yours is Zezima. All right, so are you about these combat achievements? What are your consensus? What's your general consensus?
Yeah, so I don't mind them. I kind of like that the reward, which we'll get into, is not very good. It's not like you have to have it. You know what I mean? So you have to devote all this time. It's like, it's nice. It helps, but it doesn't break the game. You know what I mean? It's not like.
It's not a staple to the game.
Achievement Diary Awards. Yeah, right.
I'm glad you brought that up. So the way I think of it is, and I'm going to need your help here. When we like help people, like assist people and like, you know, any questions they may have, how often are regular achievement diaries even brought up? Like
honestly,
what is an
regular
achievement
diaries are
a staple,
important.
Right? Like that's super, like for, I know Lumbridge, like having an Explorer's Ring, having the not needing a Drayman staff with Lumbee Elite, Corrid Elite, and being able to wear, you know, Pegasian boots for Hydra is kind of a big thing. So achievement diaries are a staple. I think it's like something you would expect people to do. Like I would expect someone who's 2K total to have every hard diary done. That's a reasonable expectation. Every mid-game player have every medium diary done. Mostly speaking for Iron Man, because that's kind of how we progress our account, but you get the drift.
Right.
For combat achievements, there will be zero expectation for at least a year and a half to 2 years.
Well, I think forever, it's not going to matter, right?
Yeah. Like let's say
it's just not going to matter. You're going to passively get it without even trying,
and then you can eventually just go for it if you choose. But like, let's say like we have clan members who every now and then they get together to do God Wars, but no one's going to be like, you have your medium diary done for 5 daily teleports to the God Wars entrance, right? Like.
Right.
That's one of the quality of life things that you get. It's this little hilt. It's called Gommel's hilt, and as you know, and there's a lot of tasks. Like there are, let's see. Well, I guess there's not too much for the lower. It seems like there's more tasks for the higher tiers. It's hard to make tasks for easy, medium combats because you can only do
bingo. Yeah,
they're not going to have. Yeah, it was really hard for bingo. You're not going to have like 100 tasks related to goblins and it's combat stuff. So,
dude, that Mind Goblin though is pretty tough.
Mind Goblin, very tough. I got the champion scroll from Mind Goblins.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I read on Reddit, and I thought it was a really cool idea, but they're like, the reward, the hilt, was just kind of underwhelming. I was expecting like the hilt to be the easy, and then the medium, you get like a blade on the hilt, and then the hard, you get
the physical look of the hilt.
No, like the hilt, like slowly as you get to Grandmaster, you get a full sword.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? I think that'd be cool. But
I would agree, especially since, isn't it when you put the animation is when you put the hilt into the ground to teleport, doesn't it draw like a little blue sword?
Does it?
I think I saw. Yeah, it's actually really, really badass. Like,
okay.
I guess when you
really
teleport to wherever, there's a few different teleports.
Uh-huh.
As you progress, you stab the hilt into the ground. It's a little blue aura. It's looking very cool. But I like the idea of that it would grow into a sword.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
No,
but I did see. Well, let's go ahead and you want to talk about the rewards right now?
Yep.
Real quick?
Sure.
Since we're already talking about it. So we got the hilt, of course. We got some teleports, mostly to God Wars, but is it Master and Grandmaster have?
Master and Grandmaster can now take you to. I'm gonna verify for Master
and Elite. Elite, Master, and Grandmaster can take you
Yes.
to basically the Inferno spot.
Yeah. I don't know exactly where. Okay, so the city is called Mor Ol Rek, and it's pretty much, once you get your fire cape, you can access like the inner part of Tazar, and you obviously sacrifice another fire cape to get access to the Inferno. There's kind of a bank kind of nearby. Not really. Mm-hmm. It's also the place where, I think this is the place where you do it, but it's where you fish infernal eels. Great. Really good AFK and really good for Onyx bolt tips and lava scales, by the way.
LT, just an observation. Moral wreck.
Yes.
Moral wreck? Like wrecking your morals?
No, I don't
Inferno?
I don't think it's like certify for the Falador Knights.
I don't know, man.
Good try, though.
I don't know.
Moral wreck. You know what? Maybe. Oh my god.
Inferno? Wrecking your... I don't know, dude.
Morals,
I don't know.
Those fucking Tazars. I knew they were up to something.
But yeah, so you get some teleports there. I think Grandmaster, and it's not super crazy, but Grandmaster, you have unlimited Moral Wreck teleports and Trollheim teleports. So
yeah, starting with the easies. And so for every single tier that you complete, and like you have to complete all the tiers, like I said, there's a lot of tasks there's 91 master tasks. Think about it. There's 400 total tasks, 91 of which are master, 108 of which are elite. So between elite and master, that's half of all the tasks right then and there. Grandmaster, like I said, 69, and then the remaining 100-ish is between hard, medium, and easy. So
yeah,
you will be very busy. Anyone who tries to rush this, which I don't really recommend that, but who wants to dabble in this, you will be busy. It's honestly a really good like distraction diversion. We'll kind of get into like how you can strategically do this on your account later. But yeah, you get XP lamps. So
they're not that big XP lamps either, so it's kind of...
No, I was underwhelmed.
Yeah, which I mean, it's kind of good because you don't want it. I don't know. I didn't want it to be like super crazy.
This
like,
should not.
Easy's 5K experience, medium's 10, hard's 15, elite's 25, and again, master and grandmaster, which I'll probably never do on the hardcore, is 35 and 50. So,
yeah. So there's kind of like there's a trend between easy through elites, and that is the clue scrolls.
Yes,
I like doing clue scrolls. I know there's some people in the clan who've been kind of getting more into it because, you just never know what you might open up. As a matter of fact, earlier today, I was like kind of clearing out my hard drive, and I was checking out like the video footage of my 26-hour birthday stream. And at the very end of it, I was opening up like a bunch of elites, and like I got 2 gilded pieces. Like you just don't know. You just don't know when you pull that piece. You get a collection log drop. It's so awesome to see. So yeah, the trend is easy through elite. When you complete all of easy, for example, there's a 5% increased chance to obtain an easy clue from every source except from skilling, like when you're chopping trees, bird's nest, or implinks. Again, it's not game breaking. It's just 5%. But if I told you that you get a 5% increase on like your Slayer helm, that's huge. Or like the difference between a salve amulet and a Slayer helm is 5%, and that is huge. We see that with the Vorkath, right? You want to use a Slayer. So 5% may not seem like a lot, but it does add up. And then all the way through the elite diary. If you do all the elite, you will get 5% increased chance for elite clues. And elite clues have a 1 in 5 chance of dropping a master clue. So even though elite clues suck, I still like the idea of doing them because you're kind of not guaranteed, but a really high chance of getting a master. And then when you do the master clue, you got a 1 in 15 of getting a mimic. So
yeah,
it all kind of comes full circle, I think. For a lot of accounts, I think the loot is it's kind of like why I recommend people do Konar Slayer, because it sucks, but you do Konar Slayer for 6 months, you'll have hundreds of Brimstone keys, and 100 Brimstone keys is like 50 mil GP that you didn't have, and now you have. So
yeah,
not 50 mil, but like 20 mil.
It's a lot. It's a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yep.
Yeah. Any other rewards that you want to talk about? Maybe the helmets, Slayer helmets.
Yeah, I think I would love to get the Master Slayer helmet. I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but there's just no way for me personally to achieve Grandmaster. It's just out of the question. Even Master, I had to kind of bump down my expectations. So for me, I'm just going for easy, medium, hard, elite, and then I'll chip away at Master, every now and then. But people seem to really love the Grandmaster Slayer helmet recolor, and if you do it, it's the Tazar like Zuck version, the Inferno.
Horns, yeah, it looks sick
with the giant horns. It's very like I'm not a fan. I think it's too like gaudy and just over the top, and maybe too much.
Dude, I think it looks so cool. If I ever, dude, it's just like those are the elite of the elite.
That is the top
0.01% players.
Yeah.
Like
it's the amount of big dick energy is is unreal. Obviously, no one has it yet. The people who I think will get it first, they stream, and I saw one of them late last night. He only had like 20 something out of 69 Grandmasters done. So it's a slow, controlled process to do it. That isn't to say that that person isn't going for those tasks, like trying to knock out 2 in 1 go. Like, it's just such a complicated process to get some of these Grandmasters.
Yeah.
Read the list. It'll boggle your mind. And obviously, like, if you've never even been in the Inferno, you won't even, like, be able to understand just how hard some of this shit is that they're,
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. And I think that's pretty much it that we should talk about.
Anything
else?
Let me ask you this. Is it fair to say that, games, after they've been around for so long, people just find a way to start speedrunning and doing obscure things because it's cool and exciting?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of the like what we're seeing here is, and I was talking with some guys in Discord, like prayer flicking, 1-tick flicking was always, it could be considered a bug.
Yeah.
And now you're expected to do it for some of these tasks. You have to do it. It's not even like, oh, it's now like actually officially a part of the game.
Yeah.
To either be able to perfectly 1-tick flick or brute force things by just not praying at all if you're not comfortable 1-tick flicking, which obviously very few people are, and it's a crazy skill. Right. So the game is really expanding, and I think the skill cap is growing. I think we're all getting more sweaty and efficient, whether we like it or not. And I've noticed the trend of like, people will say like, oh, I don't want to do something this seems like too much, and eventually they do start learning it. They just get a little taste. So my advice to anyone is never say never. I was somebody who I completely rejected the idea of efficient skilling methods and prayer manipulation, and it took me a very long time, a few years, and it'll probably take most people a few years to get to this stage, but eventually you do want to become efficient, because we're not getting any younger. I'm going to be 28 soon.
Right. 26
and
years.
I think it's fun to be trying to be good at the game and efficient. And this is what makes these combat achievements are very fun and exciting for me for many, many, many reasons. And
cool.
All right. That's my spiel.
All right. Well, I think that's it, right?
For CAs. For now.
All right. That's it for combat achievements at the moment. There's probably going to be some changes, of course, And they did do some, but it's just pretty minimal. I don't even think it's worth talking about.
It's kind of like Trailblazers, a bunch of bugs, a bunch of weird little things. Because I don't expect the J mods to sit here and do all 400 tasks on their own and like figure,
Right.
That's for us to do. It's our job to play the game and, see what we can come up with.
Yeah, we're the testers for sure. So they also had some Gauntlet changes in this update here. So now they do have the escape crystals, which is good for hardcores sometimes. I still heard it's better to just get the tier 3 armor because you probably won't have enough time to make the crystal.
Yep.
I'm not sure on the specifics. I haven't done it yet, but you can have a one-click escape crystal, and I like what they said in this. Left-click a crystal to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, that was good.
Pretty nice.
That was good. Dude,
but it's like 200 shards to make one. So that's a lot.
Hey, it's the price you pay. You're probably, well, I shouldn't say this because again, we're getting better every fucking day as a community. I had an epic gamer moment last night. I was doing some of the Gauntlet challenges, the elites, the masters, and somehow by the skin of my teeth, I was able to make full tier 3 armor in the corrupted Gauntlet. And it was like my second or third attempt of doing it because this is not something you can just go and do. Like there are guides on how to do this. It's a very dedicated thing. I think I just got lucky because I didn't watch a guide, or maybe I'm just that good. But the best part is it takes so many shards, but when you enter the corrupted Gauntlet, the actual boss fight is so easy as long as you know what you're doing because you're just not getting hit. Instead of the boss normally hitting you 13, 16, 13, 0, 13, 8, 13, it's hitting you 0, 0, 4, 0, 0, 8, 0, It's a world of difference.
Wow.
Huge.
Interesting.
Huge. Not to mention that tier 3 armor looks pretty badass. It's like a deep red color.
Nice. I haven't even seen it. I don't think I've never had it. Never made it before, and I probably need to practice a lot before I do it.
I mean, if I were you, because the task before that was to make tier 3 armor in regular Gauntlet much more doable, but not easy. Definitely not easy. We have a lot of people in the clan. I think a lot of people in general are getting into the Gauntlet. My TLDR for Gauntlet progression from regular to corrupted, because I know that's kind of where a lot of our members are kind of stuck right now, is when you are able to complete every combat achievement task for regular Gauntlet, then you have, you should then go to corrupted. If you have like a lot of difficulty, just too many failures over and over again of getting those done, don't even move on yet.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it took me like 23 deaths or something for corrupted Gauntlet to get my first one. It was a lot. It was difficult.
I think that sounds about right for me too.
So I'm definitely going to, before I do the corrupted, I want to do corrupted on the hardcore, maybe just one, maybe to get on the high scores like 20 or something, but
the cape.
I want to definitely, get it down, perfect it before I do it on the hardcore.
I mean, I would say, as long as you have tier 3 for the hardcore or for the corrupted Gauntlet, like, you may have to teleport out because you just don't have enough time to make 10 pieces of food. And you can make Tiki'd food now. In addition to the new teleport crystal, you can now pay 10 crystal shards and you use a piece of regular food to make a food that's kind of acts like a Karambuan. A Karambuan doesn't exactly heal something like what a dark crab or a manta ray heals.
Right.
But you can do a dark crab into a Karambuan. You can take a regular Gauntlet food into this new food. In one game tick. I mean, you can tick the regular food into the potion into the Tiki'd food.
Yeah, it seems a lot safer for hardcores. Obviously, it's still very dangerous, but So that's Gauntlet. Let's move on to Mod Mike D.
Mod Mike D. Yeah, I woke up earlier this week to a Reddit post. He left the team.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm surprised. Obviously, it's a little bit of a surprise whenever a J mod leaves because I don't know. It's a community that we're pretty close to. So
right. I mean, he's American.
Yeah, he lives in Texas.
I'm sure the work hours are pretty rough, and just the first place, just the work hours, right?
The communication aspect.
Probably even getting paid, dude. I don't even know how it all works, but
I don't know. I've never been
converting pounds to. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I worked in France, dude. I got paid in euros, I had to convert it to dollars and like pay. I don't even, dude. It was I had to
Did you
send
go
it
to
to
a
like
conversion,
my bank.
little conversion center?
Well, I had to like, I think I had to like wire it over to my American bank. I can't even remember what I did, dude. But regardless, it was a lot more expensive for me because I didn't have a European bank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure, and obviously I don't think RuneScape pays a ton, right?
That's the kind of that's the trend that we're hearing. Jagex does not pay a lot. Mod Mike D came from other MMOs. He was kind of thrown into Jagex is unlike other MMOs. We don't have microtransactions. Knock on wood. I think he had a ton of money. He had a good vision. Like he wanted to progress the game and get it in front of hundreds of millions of people with the Steam launch and all that fun stuff. I don't really know what didn't work out. We don't really know the details, but
yeah,
it was kind of, I mean, in certain times, it was kind of awkward during live streams, the JMod streams they do every week.
Yeah.
With him and a few other, I don't know if it was like a cultural difference or what. He was also older than a lot of the other JMods, like Mod G and Kieran and all those guys. They're like in their 20s, maybe early 30s, and he's in his 40s. So,
yeah, I agree. But bye, Mod Mike D. Thanks for being our JMod.
Yeah.
Mike Donatelli.
Italian guy.
Yeah.
Italian.
Who else left?
Mod Acorn.
I don't know anything about Mod Acorn.
All right, so she was the other female. Mod G, super cute. Mod Acorn, not as cute, but very, very nice. I always liked her style. I like seeing her on live streams. She was a really good community person. She would, and I guess sometime last year, Jagex management kind of told the JMods to stop commenting on Reddit as much, because I know last year, like just every day, JMods were taking their own time to comment on our stupid ass Reddit posts because Reddit is just a whole different, a whole different crazy scene. But Mod Acorn was a fantastic community lead. I know she wrote a lot of the actual blog posts and put little witty remarks in there. So I'm kind of sad to see her go. I haven't seen her around in the past 6 months. Some people were saying that she got a promotion, but she has moved on. Mod G, who I just mentioned, she was an artist.
She's kind of new too. She was relatively new.
Yeah. I don't really know. I guess I'm not really aware of when these people come on to the team, because that's not really an announcement so much as when they leave.
I think they announced Mod G.
Yeah.
She's relatively new. Like I'm if I can recall, like in the past year, maybe year and a half.
Yeah. If anyone's interested, there is another podcast. It's called Bank Standing Podcast, but she was on that one, and it was good. She just kind of talks about her time at Jagex, and it was fairly entertaining if people are interested in that. But the rumor has it that and this could just be a total rumor, so
yeah,
you don't believe me possibly. She could have potentially caused the T-bow spawn outside the farming guild, like roughly 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, was it? Because just given the reaction after she said something that they bleeped out on that podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just speculation, maybe.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
Yep.
So, yeah. Mod G, Mod Acorn, and Mod Mike D. Jeez.
Who else is going to leave, dude?
I don't know.
Husky, Kieran, Ayiza?
I don't know, but let's talk about Husky, though, because he did, and it's a kind of a viral Twitch clip, right? It was on Reddit, all that stuff, but there was a clip of him calling out the Twitch chat during one of the modcasts, basically saying, like, look, we come on these modcasts usually in our free time, and nobody's wanting to come on anymore because everybody's being so toxic. Everybody's spamming and insulting them and all these other things. And he's like, guys, we don't have any control over this. It's ridiculous, basically.
Yeah, maybe
go check out the clip. But
yeah, the clip. If you can't find the clip itself, then just look at today's Behemoth video, 24th of July. It's featured in there.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, not every single person in the Twitch chat. There's like 3, 4, 5,000 people watching them on Twitch whenever they stream. Not every person's being toxic, but still significant enough to where they're spamming the same question over and over again. I mean, I get it. Like, whenever I tune into these modcasts, I purposefully close the chat. I don't want to see it. I just want to listen to what they have to say and their banter and what they have to show and tell us, and that's it.
Sometimes. I've seen you in there before.
We have spotted
We've seen each other.
Yeah, we've seen each other.
I think I said something like a suggestion that wasn't toxic at all, guys. Come on. And then LT was like, hey, great suggestion. Like,
I bumped you up. I'm randomly watching it, probably like in bed as I'm waking up or something. And I see Rob's name, like he added Mod Husky, like, hey, like, how about this? And then I was like, and then I don't know, I guess replied.
That's funny.
Fun times.
No, I agree. I do not like looking at that chat at all. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So come on, guys. Don't be so toxic. I know we're known for it. But stop.
I don't even know if we are, though, because I feel like I only know the old school RuneScape community, but people say that like the World of Warcraft and the League of Legends community just takes the cake. It is the worst of the worst of the worst. There's no such thing that's more toxic than those guys.
I have heard that. Yeah, and I guess honestly, like the few are very loud, so there's probably some very toxic people that are just very, very outspoken. So. Yeah. Someone else I want to talk about. You mentioned another podcast, but there is another podcast that I listen to that's not RuneScape related at all. It's actually about economics. It's called NPR Planet Money. So probably a lot of y'all have heard of it. It's a really good podcast, but they did a episode on RuneScape recently. So go check that out. I think it's not the newest one, but it's the second to newest. But it's basically about Venezuelan gold farming in RuneScape. And they interview a Venezuelan. They have some YouTuber was with the journalist and like led her through to the Revenant Caves. I don't know. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's kind of it's actually a really short episode. Got some good classic RuneScape music in there. Go check it out. I think it's only like 15, 20 minutes long. So
yeah. Seems promising. I didn't listen to this, but Rob gave me a little summary before, and it seems very nice.
Like, it's good. It's good.
I mean, I don't really know too much. I don't know. Like, I'm on Total World all the time, so I don't really have a lot of exposure to the duel arena, bots, gold farmers. The biggest exposure I've had to gold farmers is what I just did this past week. I lived at Zolcano for 4 days. And I actually was a little toxic towards the end because I was so efficient trying to get shards. I would just crash worlds because I would like look up on the high scores and I would verify that I had the higher levels than everyone.
Oh my God.
To guarantee MVP and all of that. Hey, my time is important too, okay? And they don't really care about MVP so much as like the consistent KC. Yeah. I just don't have too much exposure, but it's probably it's an economy. These guys are relying on this stuff. And they're in their own bubble. I think I went there on Wednesday to get Zolcano combat achievements done. And I was like, hey, I'm here to like do like this task. They have no idea. They just don't understand what these new updates are. So,
well, the thing is so look at it this way. Venezuela, and this is just a brief rundown. I'm not going to get too into this, but their economy has rapid inflation. So you buy a loaf of bread for $1 and the next day it's worth $3. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane. So what they're doing is RuneScape, which is actually super interesting. The RuneScape economy is more stable than the Venezuelan government's economy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So they're getting this RuneScape money and they're selling it for dollars, US dollars.
Which means a lot of you guys listening are buying this GP, hint, hint. Not saying who's listening, but in general, people,
right.
Our community
but they're getting like US
the GP.
dollars, which is a lot more stable, and they're basically making more. From what the NPR podcast said, they're making more than like a doctor would in Venezuela.
Jesus,
a lot of them are.
Holy
like more
crap!
More
and they
than
had
a lot
a source,
of different professions.
Right? Did they have a person come on who actually lived in Venezuela?
Yeah. Another thing that they do, and this is why it's big in Venezuela, is RuneScape's a very old game with very minimal graphics, which means it can be played on very old computers.
So a potato laptop.
Right. So give it a listen, guys. Give it a listen. I didn't ruin anything. So
I'm hella interested now. Jesus, dude.
It's pretty cool.
That's
pretty
wild.
interesting. It's like 20 minutes, so
Just makes you think.
And I did want to. We're about to get into letters from Tutorial Island. We got a bunch of emails here to get through, but I did want to congratulate Bring Back DMM, the first hardcore Iron Man with all wildy pets. Absolutely insane.
It's actually disgusting. That's
claims
so
it was
gross.
by himself. Regardless, I don't care. It's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, regardless of if you had a team. It's logistically, and like how many friends do you have to have to where they're protecting you? So yeah, he claims, according to his Reddit
for like
post,
6,000 KC. Yeah, I don't know.
He claims that it's all him, which I kind of believe at this point because it's so much KC across the board. Callisto, Vetenatus, Vedion, Chaos Elemental or Chaos Fanatic, and then Scorpia, all 5 pets.
Yeah, I think he has 2 of each, like Malediction and Odium's.
Yeah.
Shields and like
all
all pets, crazy stuff.
Yeah, his name is, what is it again?
Bring Back DMM, I think.
Bring Back DMM. Unreal. I couldn't believe it when I saw his Reddit post earlier this week, but he the way his account is stacked, he looks like he's a very end and late game hardcore Iron Man. So he has everything. Like he probably rushed a Staff of the Dead.
Cape, Staff of the Dead.
Think about it. A Staff of the Dead has a
Suffering.
spec that limits. It cuts melee in half. It basically prevents him from ever getting specced out by Claws, Dragon Warhammer, OGS, all that.
Yeah.
He's got a DFS. I mean, or a Crystal Shield, whatever. I mean, he's wearing full carols, and that's kind of the beauty about being a hardcore Iron Man. The beauty, if you call it, is when you are in the wilderness, you don't give a fuck because if you die, you don't care about losing.
Right.
The account's done. I mean, if that's how you want to play.
You're wearing full defensive, like he's suffering.
Yeah, if he, I don't know if he had a full armor, but he would be wearing full armor just for the extra mage defense. You know, all that good stuff. He's stacked to the brim. The
bulwark.
He's got every item. The flip side to that is if he does get seen by a PKer, he's the juiciest loot ever.
Oh yeah, especially with I think they have some like bots that can give the value of whatever you're wearing. I think.
Yeah, I think somebody made a video on this, Sir Pugger or one of those guys. There are scouting bots. What they will log in on you. They're level 3. Let's say I'm doing Vedion. I see level 3 log in. That level 3 is like somehow logging all my information. Am I a main? Am I an iron? How many items am I risking? What do I have on me in general? And then that goes to a database. A lot of times when I see level 3 log in, I haven't been getting scared because usually nobody comes after from my experience. I have never had a team or anybody just log in right after, like suspiciously. So, but apparently it's a thing. And I think it happens at the Grand Exchange too. If you're a normie and you enter the GE, usually on a non-total level world, which again, another reason to stop going to non-total worlds, is that level 3 scouts like log all your info. Next thing you know, if your private is on, you'll get messaged. People will literally message you pretending to
luring or scamming. All that stuff.
Not to call this person out, but we had a person in the clan get I'm gonna say they got lured. Guys, auto retaliate off, player attack options off, bank pin on, authenticator on. Please.
Authenticator on your email.
If you see anything over the wilderness ditch, literally do a 180 and go back to what you were doing. Don't think about those items, okay? They do not freaking matter.
Yep.
All
right, let's move on to emails here. We got a bunch.
Yes.
We'll go in the order that we receive them, as we always do. So first is from Leadslinger4. He says, "Hey, Leadslinger4 here. Didn't realize this, but my dog jumped on my laptop while I was playing RuneScape the other day, and well, he must have hit something weird, and well, not in the clan anymore. Don't know if it was a glitch or him, but if you guys could get me back in, that would be great." Dude, you don't have to lie to us, all right?
Yeah, we know. This actually happened with Sallamander earlier this week. Sallamander was doing some Gauntlet. He's mobile only, so naturally he got mega pissed off. I guess he threw his phone, and in the process of throwing his phone, he left the clan. So it happens. And it's funny because when you leave our clan, it says like so-and-so left the clan.
Tells everybody.
So everyone's like, oh my God, like what the fuck?
That's so funny.
And then Let's Singer says, sent from my Sprint Samsung Galaxy S10. So now we know.
Don't forget that.
Now we know what kind of phone you have, buddy.
GG. Thank you for the account.
Yeah, Let's Slinger is back in the clan. He was actually our 200th member. So congrats to that. We're sitting at 202 right now. So really, really cool.
Yep. You want to read the next one?
Yep. We got Khoya. Our boy Khoya is next. He says, what's going on, gents? It's Monday morning, but I just had an experience I feel obligated to share, which also leads into a question. My girlfriend bought me a pretty basic t-shirt for my birthday last year that has a graphic message of straight out of Lumbridge. I love it. I wear it at home and at work as a commercial electrician. People will sometimes ask me where Lumbridge is, and I have to explain it's a video game reference. It gets some laughs, and that's usually it. And usually that's it. This morning, I had someone ask me what my shirt said, so I started with, it's a video game reference, to which he replied, oh, I know, you play 3 or OS. He's the first person I ever met on a job site out of 200 plus people I interact with to some degree who knew it, but also still plays. We've chatted for a few minutes, exchanged usernames, and carried on with our separate work. That's super cool, by the way.
Yeah.
Here's my question. Have you had a you play RS2 moment before? Who was it with, or where were you? If you've had multiple, what's the most obscure place you've had it happen? Thanks for the time. I know it's a long message. Your resident furry. Khoya. A little sus there. That's okay.
No judgment, Khoya. To each their own, brother.
I have a
story.
I have no story. Interestingly enough, I don't. But and even though, like, in many classes and experiences, I've said, like, hey, I do a podcast and blah, blah, blah. But no, I haven't. I've had people say, oh, I used to play that as a kid. That's it.
Huh. Wait, when you introduce yourself in, like, your online classes, you say
no. But, like, if somebody ever notices, like, I don't know, something about my microphone, I'll say I do a podcast, and that will lead to more questions and answers.
Okay, very cool. So yeah, I have a story. Somebody did recognize my RuneLite client once. So in college, I was in like an English class or something, and I sat in the front row because try to be nerd attentive. And
come on.
You know, on my laptop, I played RuneScape, obviously. So I had a RuneLite client on there, and one of the guys behind me like taps me on the shoulder and is like, "Hey, you play RuneScape?" And I was like, what? Yeah, how do you know? Because I'm not wearing a t-shirt like you were, you know what I mean? I don't know. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I see your RuneLite client. And I was like, oh, cool. And we're actually like really good friends. Like, he's coming to the wedding. We became really, really good friends over that. We exchanged usernames. We were near the same. I was an Iron Man, he's an Normie, but we were near the same level. If you listen, if you're an OG OSRS Trihards listener, like in episode 5 or 6, we had like a fake ad.
No,
you know what I mean?
I think it was our first episode, maybe.
I don't know, it was someone around there, but
maybe 2, 3, 4, yeah.
We basically had a fake ad for the Sand Casino,
and that's his voice,
which is really funny. That's him. So we asked him to be a voice actor, I guess, for that. And he obliged, and I still have that audio, which we might put in a future podcast.
I have the audio too. Yeah, that's OG.
It's great. Yeah, he's a great guy, and
yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting him. His name is Lingual. His username is Lingual. He, him, and Rob were in drunk raids. So when I think back to drunk raids, I think back we had like a certain group of friends who would always do it every single Saturday night. That was fun times.
Yeah, so he like came over, we raided sometimes, we got some purples.
That's awesome.
And it was funny because he was actually a linguistics major like me, and we met in an English class, and we played RuneScape. And so yeah, I just kind of blossomed from there. But yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Small world.
There's also, I used to also work in my university as a library guard.
A library guard? Are you kidding? You're joking.
Security guard for the library.
You're joking.
Yeah.
In your university? Who's stealing what?
Dude, we had a lot of transients that would come in because it was Colorado's cold.
Okay. What are they stealing? The free condoms they give out in college?
No, but they're sleeping in the library. They're
oh my God.
causing disturbances.
Oh my God.
Not all of them, obviously, but we had a couple. But we also had to make sure people weren't videoing in the library.
Jesus.
People weren't looking at things they weren't supposed to look at on the computers, things like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is a whole thing. This is a whole different. I was a writing lab tutor at my college library. You're over here guarding.
Dude, it's a great job because I just did homework the whole time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Or played RuneScape.
I did a little bit. Yeah. But one time I was like walking by and I saw somebody playing RuneScape on the library computer, and I was like, yo, what's up? I just said like, yo, what's up? But I think he was very like, don't talk to me, dude.
What was he? So do you remember what was on his screen? Please tell me he was like.
No, I don't.
You don't remember? No wood cutting, fishing. Was he Iron Man?
I have no idea.
Dude,
I can't remember. It was so long ago.
But you told him, "Hey, what's up?" And then he just gave you the side eye.
He's kind of very like, don't talk to me, dude.
Okay. Hey,
like, all right.
Rob, how fucking dare you distract him? He is. He was trying to complete Monkey Madness. Okay. Okay.
Right.
He almost died probably because of you.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Dude was grinding though. He came to the library to play RuneScape.
Wow. Unreal.
Yeah.
And mind you guys, like Rob and I think are a little bit a few years away. I graduated college in 2015. Rob graduated in 2018. So I have to think back sometimes.
In 2019, but I took a year off from high school. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in 2019, I mean, I guess that's when I started playing it. I started playing in 18. Or no, 19. I started playing in 19. I forget already. But I guess the years would be very different.
Yeah.
Just like
so this was like 2017 or 2018 that dude ignored me. So
okay.
yeah, that's
nice.
it. That's my
nice
my stories, I guess. Thank you, our resident furry, Khoya. Appreciate it.
All right.
So we have David here, aka JayySlay, the crazy Ultimate Iron Man in our clan. I think, right?
I don't know if he's the crazy UIM. If he has the crazy UIM, sure, yeah. He's the max UIM in our clan, guys.
I think so.
We have a few UIMs in the clan. Actually, like it seems like every day you crazy normies in our clan are making an iron, are making an iron. So like I can't keep up with anybody anymore.
Dude, today alone we have like 4 hardcores. Like join the clan. I'm like, Jesus.
Literally today on the 24th of July, at least 2 normies made a hardcore Iron Man for memes or for what? Yeah.
Good luck to you. But he says, "Hello, handsome men." It's very nice. Just want to repeat that. Hello, handsome men. First and foremost, you two are great, and I love hearing the banter between the two of you. I started listening to the podcast a couple weeks ago, and I've been trying to catch up, efficiently 3-ticking the episodes, of course, 1.5 times speed.
Nice.
The community you guys have brought together is great, and I've really enjoyed hanging out in the CC with all you massive spoons. IRL question, for someone interested in getting more into mixing drinks, do you have any tips or recommendations of mixers, glassware, etc.? Old school RuneScape question. In regards to wildy bosses, do you feel they need to be reworked? If you were in charge of reworking them, would you add any special mechanics? Take it easy, David, aka JayySlay.
So I'm gonna let you kind of be the anchor. Is that the anchor means like the last person?
Just holding it together, I guess.
The caboose. You'll be the caboose for this question. All I have to say is, if you go, like, save up a paycheck or whatever, go to the liquor store, but don't go shop crazy, okay? It's not shop crazy. So, like, don't sit there and buy every kind of variety of schnapps. Just, like, let's say you want to start dabbling in tequilas. Like, get a like a mid-shelf tequila, and then maybe get, I don't know, like whatever mixers that some of those apps, there's all kinds of apps and forums and websites out there. Just don't go too crazy, because what you don't want to do is just have like your house filled with like 30 bajillion bottles of random shit, like bitters, and then the blue carousel, all those fancy schmancy things.
Okay.
And I would say you probably don't need like too many of the mixer thingies. I don't know. I know like Rob's looking at me all. Do you have that strainer thingy majig that you put like on top of the cup to strain the ice out and all that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you find it necessary to own all these things?
No, but okay. So here, if you want to get into it, I'm a bartender. If you didn't know, did you know that, LT?
God, no, I'm not. I didn't. What is wrong with you?
I am. I just work from home, and I have one client.
Oh,
and
okay.
That's Madison.
I was gonna say like maybe on like after we finish the podcast, you always have to go so soon after you finish editing. You're like, I gotta go, Arthur. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But you're a library cop, and
yeah, dude, I get my segue, dude. No.
That's awesome.
I'm a work at home bartender, and yeah. So if you want to get into it, I have an app called My Bar. It's actually really cool, but you just put all the ingredients you have in your house, and it gives you different drinks that you can make out of it. I would definitely get Blue Curacao LT. That's a pretty standard. It's not a super fancy one.
Is it?
And it makes a ton of different drinks.
Staple?
Oh yeah,
the
it's
Blue
a staple
Curacao
for sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. And then of course, just get like one of each. Get some whiskey, get some tequila, get some vodka, get some rum, light and dark. And then you don't have to get like LT was saying. You don't have to get bitters. You don't have to get banana flavoring. You don't have to get black cherry.
So you don't have to buy 99 bananas?
Dude, it's so good though. But eventually you can once you want to start making other drinks. But I'm not an expert when it comes to this. I just have fun, and I look up drinks that I like to make, and I make them. And I usually finish like half of it and then forget to keep drinking it. But
that is a thing that I discovered when I was staying with you that night.
Yeah.
Is the process is just
It's
making
fun.
the drink. Okay, hold
So
on.
much fun.
I used to have somehow, I think I won it at like my old squadron's like Christmas event, but I got these ice ball molds that you can make a ball of ice, right? For your drinks. But when you fill it up with water, you can put like blueberries or raspberries in there. So or lemon or lime wedges. So that when the ball of ice eventually melts, you've got lemon, lime, blueberry, whatever in your mixed drink.
Oh, that's so fancy.
I'm always a fan of like the girly mixed drinks, fruity shit. It might make your head hurt, but
who's not, dude?
like this sweet tea and brandy that someone recommended way back when. Not the biggest fan, as much as I am a fan of like the girly stuff, the fruity sweet stuff. To me, I'm a sweet guy.
I don't care how manly in quotation marks you are. Everybody loves like a nice pina colada on the beach, right?
Pina colada, dude. Especially when you have a pina colada on a cruise ship.
Oh man,
just no fucks given.
Yeah, you can't beat that. So good.
No, it's the best.
But yeah, so for someone interested in getting more into mixing drinks, I say just try to find somebody that wants to drink your drinks and see what they want and get the ingredients and make it. Just go to the store, get the ingredients, make it, see how it turned out. Try to perfect it. And I don't have any recommendations for mixers, glassware, or anything. I just kind of got a bar set. So it has like the spoon, the shaker. I have a couple shakers. It has the strainer like LT was talking about. It has like a little flip book that has different recipes that I've never opened. But
because there's apps for that. So
yeah.
Pretty cool.
RuneScape question.
It's definitely nice to have someone to make drinks for.
Yeah.
I have always been told by like close family and friends that I make good mixed drinks, but I'm talking like 2 ingredients, the liquor and the mixer. That's it. I make a good mixed drink, just depending on how you just tell me strong or not strong. There's 2 options, and I do a good job of doing that.
Sounds good.
And I will taste test. I actually taste tested right from the glass right then and there. So I assure that I will give you a good product.
Yeah, definitely taste test it every time. But you'll eventually get the hang of trying to like figure out what mixes well, and then you can kind of go get creative and make your own stuff. But all right, RuneScape question. I know that the Woody bosses are getting reworked. I don't know how exactly.
We don't know how. I'm like, why'd you pause?
Yeah.
Okay. But then he says, do you feel they need to be reworked? I mean, I think yes. It's not really. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. it's just what we're used to, so we just do it. Like Callisto has always been like, all right, you're gonna kill Callisto. You have 3 options: north, south, or west. like which one are you going to? There's a video for all of them, and you just do it. You suck it up and do it. There's just no other way. But their vision was a group of 10 friends with full Verax goes, and I just don't get it. There's so much I can get into these Wildy bosses from their stats, their mechanics, that none of it just makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
For solo, if you're with a group, and our clan did go out there like 2 weeks ago, we had a good time. It was totally doable. But guys, like, the only group stuff we do these days is like what, Temporos, and people don't even want to do solo Temporos and Winter Tide anymore. Or I'm sorry, Team Temporos. People opt to do solos. So of course these Wildy bosses will be soloed. Their vision was kind of it just didn't hold water. Yeah. So now you have this level 500 Wildy boss, and some freak out there had to sit there and bug abuse it and figure out how to safe spot it. Thank God to that guy or group of people. And that's the only way we can touch Vetenatus, Vedion, and Callisto.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, I don't know how. Honestly, I have no idea how, if I was in charge of reworking them. Special mechanics, I have no idea.
The issue is that they're in the wilderness, so...
Yeah, I don't have, like, the vision for it.
Like, how do you find that fine balance of anyone...
Maybe like when somebody PKs you, it automatically aggroes on the PKer, so then you can just team up and knock them out. It's a 2v1.
That'd be interesting,
even in
for
singles,
sure. And I've seen PKers die to, like, Callisto.
That'd be kind of cool.
It kind of turns back at them, Yeah, we'll see. I would imagine with it being this long, they're not just going to throw some shit in the water and say, all right, here's your new Wildy bosses. Like, they're going to do some research and testing. Maybe we even test it ourselves somehow, possibly. They've been out for so long. I didn't even realize how long. Wildy bosses are OG. The first pet in the game is Chaos Elemental.
Wow.
I mean,
Chaos Elemental's been there since RuneScape 2, right?
Oh, I did not realize
Most
that.
Positive.
Okay.
Most positive.
Okay,
like Callisto, Vetenatus, and Vedion have not.
Yeah, they came out in 14, and later on in 2014, Iron Man mode came out. I understand Iron Man mode is very niche, very small player base, even to this day, but Iron Man mode implies solo only, and you just can't kill these bosses solo without doing this current weird, funky stuff. And like half the battle's luring it. I mean, like a solid 30% is getting into the lure, and then the remaining hefty 70% is like actually killing it, which is such a process.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question.
Rant.
Thanks for the double question.
Yeah.
Next we have
Kevy
Kev.
All right, I'll read this one. So Kevy Kev says, hey, just wanted to say thanks for providing awesome audio content in the form of podcasting. I just came across you talented gents on Spotify at work. Definitely my top podcast to listen in during the daily grind we call a job. I now have you two to thank and blame for getting me addicted to RuneScape once again. Started my account back up again about a week ago now. My little dude is pretty weak, but I'm having a blast getting him leveled up. I don't have much experience with membership, but I plan on to get all free-to-play skills to 50 before I commit. Start supporting Jagex and dive headfirst into the world of pay-to-play. I hope one day I can get him raid ready.
He does this cool little...
cool little emoji, maybe thanks to either iPhone, Android, something like that.
Oh.
Anyways, thanks again for the good vibes and amazing content, Kevy Kev.
Thanks, Kev.
Yeah, hopefully you have I don't know. I mean, there's just too much, dude. I mean, with the release of combat achievements, there's a little thingy here at the very bottom you can click on that says time played : click to reveal.
Don't click that.
And I have always refused to go to talk to Hans in Lumbridge. R.I.P. Hans. People will never go to him again.
The only reason to go to him is during a master step, I think.
There's
elite.
Yeah, there's some clue step. I think there's some lower level steps that take you there.
Maybe.
So Hans or this new thing will tell you how long you've played. There's so many hours you can put into it. It's kind of insane. If you want to get even more hours out of the game, and in the best way possible, force yourself to do everything, to touch every aspect of the game. It's got to be Iron Man. The amount of normies I have seen or know personally who've touched every aspect is so few. Don't let that discourage you, definitely. But
right.
Yeah, I hope you have the best time ever, dude. You know, hopefully you get to touch raids one day. I think it typically, if you play like for 3-4 hours a day, it still takes about like 1.5 to 2 years to get raid ready. So just bear that in mind.
You got it. Don't let them talk you down.
Yeah.
You got it.
Tomorrow, dude. Tomorrow you'll be raiding, man.
You can raid at any level, dude. You can always ult for us.
Yeah. I'm ready to pot for top. Let's go.
Next we have Seers. He says, hello gamers. Hope you're well. Still living the iron life, for which I don't know whether to thank or curse you guys for. I feel like...
Jesus, dude.
Are we detrimental to the game? Or?
Yeah.
I've been on a trip abroad, which has meant less gaming, but plenty of theory crafting. As a transition toward the mid-game for the first time as an iron, I was wondering whether there was anything you guys wish you had started sooner, and if there are any horrific must-do grinds in the mid-game for an iron. Loving the podcast as always, Seers Gazad / Seers Gal Seersga Iron / always mobile. Very good question.
The mid game is Slayer, non-stop Slayer. If you're bored of doing a Slayer task, you go and do a quest. If you're bored of a quest, you go back to Slayer. That's essentially what the mid game is. You do that until your raid's ready. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. But there's so much involved. It's Monkey Madness 2, getting all your Zenites, Dragon Slayer 2, getting your Assembler. There's a shit ton to do. And every step of the way, it's fun and exciting. I think maybe the biggest issue with being a mid-game iron is you're not quite heavy into late-game PVM, and you
want to be.
You want to be, but your supplies aren't there. Like, you're not sitting on thousands of brews and restores like maybe someone like me is. With just the disgusting amount of time you've played and like all the supplies you've gathered from PVM, because obviously PVM is the meta for supplies these days. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You haven't put those PVM hours in, so maybe you're having to like figure out how to get prayer potions and figure out how to like kill shamans effectively to get the Dragon Warhammer. So it's kind of that middle ground. But hey, it's fun. It's kind of fun no matter what stage you're in, to be honest.
Right. Any horrific must-do grinds? I want to say, honestly, like the Temperos grind for the fish barrel is pretty necessary now.
Yeah.
It's huge. Tome of Fire is really nice. I don't know, mid-game...
It all depends on what your experience is prior to this Iron Man, because for a few times now, somebody in our clan, and then also like some streamer that I just listened to, it used to be a meme where, okay, so you know how for Morning's End Part 2, which is a requirement for Song of the Elves, you have to get a dragon or a death talisman.
Right.
If you can't get a death talisman, you have to bring that dwarf 50 items. So as an iron, that's like a pretty big deal, like to get those 50 items. Right. So apparently, I don't know if this is like the efficient thing to do now, but apparently now you hold off on doing Morning's End Part 2, which is typically done like in the like maybe earlier mid-game. Now you just wait until you're 90 Slayer, until you can kill a Dark Beast, and you can get a Death Talisman.
Wow.
And you just do it then. Maybe some nerd out there did the math and said, you know what? Rushing just Slayer is the way to go. So again, don't know what your experience is, Seers. It seems like the whole meta for Iron Man is changing to be very heavy into rush Gauntlet, rush questing. I think that's always been the case. Do Temporos for a fish barrel, and early high healing food.
Yeah. Bear's grind for sure is definitely a great mid-game grind that you need to do. It's a must-do grind for sure. But no, I agree with LT. Absolutely. And I don't know how I feel about the Death Talisman. Because it's
pretty wild, isn't it?
Yeah, but I remember killing Dark Beasts, and I didn't get a Death Talisman for forever.
Well, it's a 1 in 126. Like, once you can kill them off task. You can just maybe even Wild Pie if you've done Eclectics. You get some it's Wild Pie, right? +5 Slayer. So it's pretty obscure to me because when I was up and coming as an Iron, I had no experience in the game. It just seems like now things are changing. People are becoming more efficient and there's guides on everything now. And yeah, Slayer is definitely the grind you want to just focus on. And through Slayer, you make all your cash. Like Shamans is how you'll make all your money for 83 plus construction. That's how you'll get a Dragon Warhammer. And that's how you'll get 90 plus range. Once you're 90 plus range, if you have connections, if you network well enough, you could maybe even start doing early cocks with a Dragon Warhammer. Like,
right.
As obscure as it sounds, it's possible. Boom, you go to cocks, you get Dex and Augury. Boom, you're now doing Corrupted Gauntlet for the best item in the game. Best in slot bow that you can pretty much get your hands on, and best in slot one-handed melee
weapon. Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for the emails.
That's all of them, huh? All right, good
So
stuff.
again, we have 200, as we talked, 202 clan members. So LT and I were talking, I think we should have some sort of party, event, drop party, something like that happening soon in the clan. So anybody who's in the clan, you should start expecting probably just another drop party in the clan hall, something like that, pretty soon, just to celebrate the 200 members.
Yeah.
If you're not in the clan yet, you can always join us. Just search OSRS Trihards and ask for an invite.
Ask for an invite. If you see one of us on, ping us on Discord. If you join the Discord, there's instructions of how to join the clan in there. Yeah. Another thing, our event community event coordinator, Mr. Stoic, we'll call him Stoic. He goes by Stoic Honor, Stoic Glory, all that fun stuff. He has taken it upon himself to create an event. It's kind of in the works still, but it's pretty niche, but I like the concept behind it. It revolves around getting people comfy and initiating anyone who wants to into the world of the wilderness. I know that Rob and I tried to do this with like bingo events, but this is a very dedicated wilderness event. Personally, I hate hearing how people are like, they just don't know anything about it. They've never stepped foot. They don't want to step foot because they're scared or whatever. They just, for a variety of reasons. I'm not sitting here and saying it's a huge part of the game, but you shouldn't be scared of like a part of the world map, if that makes sense, you know? Like, you shouldn't be limiting yourself. So,
that being said, don't bring your T-bow and full armor.
Yeah, so
skull up in the wilderness,
there will be rules of engagement. Yeah, don't bring your... But this is dedicated for people who they just don't know, and you kind of care to just learn and have experience. So it's pretty awesome. You know, Rob and I are very comfy in the wilderness, and it takes many, many, many hours, like 100, you know, not that many hours, but we have the experience to where we know how to act in the wilderness and hold our own.
Right.
The info will be in Discord, so look out for that if you're interested. It's going to be like a prize pool kind of thing. If you can complete all the tasks, you get entered in for a drop party. So it should be fun.
Yep. August, we have the King of the Skill Hunter coming up. So be ready for that. Hunter will be the skill, and we'll see whoever gets the most experience.
Yeah. You win a bond and rolls and little fancy badges. So pretty cool.
Yep.
Good chance to get a Chinchompa pet that week, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Hope we see some roll in. Let's go over the weekly progress and accomplishments on our own accounts, LT. So, you want to go first?
Sure. So my like usual staple grinds are on hold, kinda, sorta. Pretty much when I feel like doing these things, I'll do it. So 602 Corporal Beast KC, no sigils, that's fine. 401 Top KC, still missing Scythe Rapier. 141 Fazanis, really going to back off of that. That's kind of where I'll end that off. I have moved on to AFK Runecrafting. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm crafting blood runes. I'm level 89.5, which is pretty awesome. It's my lowest skill. I'll get base 90s once it's level 90. Pretty happy with that progress. 2030 total. So expect me to max my account sometime in 2023.
Nice.
Nice, slow and steady. I'm not a skiller. I do it because I love seeing numbers go up, and eventually the max cape is extremely good for PVM, which is a driving force for sure. But in the meantime, PVM Achievement Diaries have my heart. I'm in love with it. I love the challenge from top to bottom. You guys see me in Discord voice chat, hang out. I'm always doing some, whatever task is I feel like doing. So hopefully by next podcast, I would love to have every easy, medium, and hard done. What I've been doing for the past couple days since the Achievement Diaries have been out is I've been focusing on elites and masters, doing whatever I can until it gets so frustrating that I have to stop and take a break.
Nice.
Very frustrating, very fun. If you want a theory craft, please message me or hop into voice chat. I would love to talk to you guys about it. This is like super passionate, very passionate about this. So, yep.
Nice.
Yep. What you got? Oh, and as far as lucky drops this week, because apparently I have one every week, I, on a whim, got another Vigorous Chain Mace. If you're an iron, you're like the most jealous person ever. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you remember last year, I paid for protection. I got a Vigorous and a crossbow. Super blessed to have those, but I was trying to prepare for these combat achievements releasing, and I was like, I need to get more Revenant Ether. So I go, and the Revenant Dark Beast just drops me another Vigorous Chain Mace. So I guess I just have more
ridiculous.
It's like a one.
It's crazy.
It's like a 1 in 20,000 drop. I mean,
yeah.
It's
crazy.
Any wilderness weapon is probably one of the rarest drops in the whole game. Like aside from getting Third Age, of course. So pretty crazy.
Yeah.
What you got, Rob?
So I finished JayySlay 2 last podcast. Since then, I spent 2-3 days just grinding out full Elite Void, Range Void. So after that, I got 50 Vorkath KC and 2 heads. I got the first on 43, like I mentioned, and the second one on 50, of course. So I'm on the high scores, so we are gaming there. And after that, I had access to the Myths Guild, so I just grinded out 70 Prayer with the Green Dragons there. So we got that going, we got Piety unlocked, and yeah, I've just been doing a lot of AFK stuff recently on the account. I am cooking some cromblons right now. I've been doing some Motherlode Mine. Just the standard
the
AFK
usual
stuff while I do other things in real life. So yeah, I'm at 1708 total level at the moment. So almost 1750. So that's pretty big.
That's actually insane, dude. 1750 is amazing.
And accomplishment that I really like is I got a master clue done.
Really?
On the hardcore.
Wow.
And it was a mimic.
Holy shit.
And I killed it the first try.
Nice.
But yeah, crazy. So
wow.
I didn't really get any good loot, but
well, whatever.
I'm on the high scores now for master clues at 1. So
you just need 1 master clue for high scores?
For to show that,
wow.
Yeah. Now mimics, I think you need 3, right?
I think mimics are 2, 3, 4, but you got the music track unlocked, and that's the cool thing because the music cape is so necessary for master clues. You just gotta have it for all those Follow the Bard steps.
So yeah, I'm glad I did it. I boosted to be able to complete it. And I think I got it 6 steps, so that's like the minimum.
Lucky, yeah. Master clues are 6 to 8 steps, so getting it on 6,
7 maybe. But yeah.
Good on you, man.
Pretty cool.
That's very cool. Congrats, man.
We had at Vorkath, we had one very close call. We didn't die though. We obviously lived, but yeah, I was like super low, and I tried to stay, and I killed it, I think. But I had to teleport away, or I would have died for the Venom.
Right.
But I teleported to
right. You teleported to the seed pod.
I seed pod, which the Venom was still ticking down. And if it would have venomed, I would have been dead. And then I teleported to my house real quick. Because, fun fact, in your house, if you die in your house, it's a safe death. And you teleport outside of the portal.
Yeah.
Second, if you go in your house and step outside of the portal, any poison that you have on you is going to go away. So I teleported to the house and went outside, and all the poison was gone.
That's huge. So that's something that people should be aware of. Is like
yes,
like I find myself in that position at Zulrah. Zulrah venoms me. I kill Zulrah fast enough to where I don't really have to ever bring an anti-venom. You know, I'm venomed during the kill, but I kill it fast enough to where the kill is over. I go to my house. I restore everything. Right. So But if I have to die, if I have to teleport quickly, I go to my house and I can die comfortably in the POH.
Yeah.
Or I guess if you step out of the POH, it also. Yeah.
If you step out, it'll get rid of all the poison. If you die, you'll just have full HP outside of the house. But
good to know, man. That's so clutch.
Anything else? Let's see that you want to talk about.
I think that's pretty much it for me. Just, dude, so much fun. these combat achievements. I know it's not everyone cup of tea. I will because I've seen this is if you join like our voice chat from Discord, for example, everyone is doing something different. Like one person's is at Volcano for those tasks. One person is at Vorkath. One person's at doing Theater of Blood. Mm-hmm. Very few accounts are truly like combat achievement ready in the sense of like drop everything that you're doing. Like you no longer have those goals that you had last week. Do combat achievements. Right. So I would encourage you to like make a list of goals. RuneLight has a little thing on the right-hand side. It's called notes. Make notes. Make a to-do list so you're not, because I get squirrel brained all the time where I'm trying to do a million things at once. And yeah, you have to focus and figure out exactly what goals you want to do. If you want to do combat achievements, great, but just make that list, check it twice, and that way you're nice and not naughty. If that makes sense.
All right, on that note, guys, we will end the podcast here. Check us out next week. If you're looking for a community to be part of, consider becoming a guest in our clan, OSRS Trihards. And if you want to chill and voice chat while you boss, skill, or bank stand, or do anything else, Discord server is the place to be. Send us an email with any questions, comments, concerns, complaints at osrstrihards@gmail.com, and you may be featured on the next podcast, probably. And also follow us on Twitter.
And these episodes can be found on YouTube, and thanks to anyone who's left us a nice review. You guys are awesome. Shout out to OSRS Beats, and a big thank you to our generous Patreon supporters and Buy Me a Coffee supporters. Thanks, guys.
Bye.